Exactly. Fantastic news here coming out of Detroit. Alim McNeil most likely will be going on IR as we have some roster moves to go over. But this has got to hurt massively. Now, we got some breaking news coming out of Detroit. Now, this is also going to be a video where I give my reaction to the Saints game. I wanted to recover a couple days after the Saints game because it was stressful for me, and also when I wanted to play Fortnite Chapter 5 as it came out. So this is being filmed on a Tuesday, so I'm a little bit behind, but it's alright. We're back on track. But we have signed veteran defensive tackle Tyson Alualu, former Steeler and former Jacksonville Jaguar, former first-round pick. This makes sense now, but when we initially signed him, Alim McNeil wasn't supposed to be going on IR because during the Saints game, he got hurt. I believe it was his knee. He came back in the game, and then he hurt his knee again, I believe. So he's most likely going to be placed on IR, which is a massive loss, by the way. I mean, like, it is an insane loss. Absolutely incredible loss. Not what we want to see at all. This is going to make our defense even worse. Even though our run game is probably, what is it right now, top 10, probably going to fall to top 20 by the end of the year now, because McNeil will most likely miss the rest of the regular season. He'll hopefully be back for the playoffs. But if he does go on IR, he will miss the rest of the regular season. But we have signed veteran defensive tackle Tyson Alualu. He used to be a very good defensive tackle. He is 36 years of age. He is a nose tackle he played for the Steelers last year and a couple years before that. He used to be like a top 5, top 10 defensive tackle in the league 3 or 4 years back. So this is just a depth piece, if you ask me. I don't know how I feel about the move, personally. Because before I knew that Alim McNeil would most likely be going on IR, originally when we signed him, it was just because we signed him originally. We knew from what Campbell said in his press conference yesterday that Frank the Tank and McNeil would probably be out for this game against the Bears with their injuries. However, it looks like McNeil is going to be longer. We did get good news on Frank Ragnow as he got hurt during the Saints game as well. But he took an MRI and it looks better than what we thought it was going to be initially. So he's probably going to miss this game, but he should be back hopefully for Denver. By the way, we got flexed to Saturday night football against Denver. So there's that. But Tyson Alualu, this is going to help our pass rush. I wish it would help our pass rush. This is just going to fill in the gap for McNeil going to be out. So I still don't know how I feel about this move because don't forget, we have Isaiah Buggs, who I thought was fantastic last year. I'm so glad we brought him back. Brought him back on a 2-year, $6 million deal, somewhere around there. It was either $2 million, $6 million. It was 2 years, $6 million, or 2 years, $8 million. It's somewhere around there. Brought him back, which I loved. And then we draft Broderick Martin. Trade 2 fourth-round picks to get a late third to snack him, and guess how many snaps he's played? Barely over 10. He has played 11 snaps this year, one game. In one game. He's played one game this year and has had 11 snaps. Why don't you give Broderick Martin or Isaiah Buggs a shot before you give Tyson Alualu a shot? That's what I'm just saying. Like, don't... I value guys your opinions, by the way. By the way, my comments, I believe, have been fixed. I found a way to fix them. So now when you comment, I just have to review the comment. And if I think it's fine putting out there, you can put hateful comments. I don't care. Put them out there. I'm not going to respond to them. So you can say as much crap as you want about me or about the Lions and stuff like that. I don't care. I'm still going to allow your comment. I'm just not going to say anything. But comments have officially been enabled for my YouTube channel, so go ahead and comment anything you want. But if you guys want Tyson Alualu to play, that is fine. I don't care. I'm just saying Broderick Martin or Isaiah Buggs needs to be playing before Tyson Alualu, a 36-year-old, should be playing. We know what Tyson Alualu is like. I remember what he was like in Pittsburgh. He used to be a fantastic defensive tackle in Pittsburgh 3 or 4 years ago. He's not a pressure defensive tackle. He will get you, well, I don't know about now, but a couple years ago, he would get you like a couple sacks a season around, like 2 to 3 sacks a season. I think his career high in sacks for 1 year is 4. Last year, he started 2 games in Pittsburgh, had half a sack, I believe. So he basically, after a couple games last year, his role decreased. And now he's a free agent. We pick him up. I believe he did get signed to the practice squad, though, so it's not as big of a deal. Because if he was signed to the 53-man, then I'd even be more angry about this move. I don't know how I feel about this move. As long as, once I said Isaiah Buggs or Martin, even Onwuzurike, one of those 3 gets another shot before Tyson Alualu does, then I'm completely fine with this move. But one of those 3 guys or even 2 of them, Broderick Martin and Buggs, should be playing, if you ask me. But, just my opinion. But this hurts massively for our team. McNeil, I would say he's probably one of our best players on defense. He's probably top 5 on our defense. He's getting close to top 3 too. So, but Tyson Alualu, welcome to Detroit. Hopefully it can produce massively for us, but doubt that, obviously. Now, I believe we have not made any other roster moves, so don't yell at me if I'm wrong about that. We did sign somebody to the 53-man for signing Tyson Alualu to the practice squad. I thought we already had 16 men on our practice squad. That's why I thought we would have to move a guy, release a guy, or sign a guy to the 53-man by adding Alualu, but it doesn't look like the case. But don't yell at me in the comments if I'm wrong there. Now let's go on to the Lions versus Saints reaction. This game should have been, we should have scored, not should have scored, but we should have kept this, we should have allowed the Saints to not get as much points. That's what I'm trying to say. We allowed the Saints to get 20-something points, 28 points, I believe. We got 33. We won by 5. We should have won by at least 2 scores. We should have. We scored 3 touchdowns in the first, 7 minutes and 45 seconds or 8 minutes. So we were up 21-0 when they had the ball with like 7 minutes and 15 seconds, somewhere around there. I assumed at least that we'd probably win by just like that by at least 2 scores. We were red hot to start the game. And it just continued going downhill. We got a field goal in the second quarter to end the half, basically. And then third quarter, once again, we are struggling massively in the third quarter. I don't know what our deal is with that. It's probably cost us 1 or 2 games this year. I guarantee if we didn't suck in the third quarter against Seattle, that we probably would have won that game, if I'm going to be honest. Same with the Packer game. Probably, if we would have done better in the third quarter, probably won the Packer game. Obviously, Baltimore game wouldn't have mattered. But we got to change something for our third quarter. I don't know what we're doing in the third quarter. We cannot score any points. We have scored, I think we have to be bottom 5 for third quarter scoring. Like, we have to be. Simple as that. We have to be. We are terrible in the third quarter. Every time we go in the third quarter, I'm like, oh no, this is where the other team gets, back into it. And that's what it is. That's what it is every time. But after the third quarter, we were able to do better in the fourth quarter. Jamison Williams had a really fast run, though. It was, I believe, a 19-yard touchdown run. He was electric. He looked like Tyreek Hill, if not faster, in terms of speed on that play. Jamison Williams is finally coming alive. I love it, man. He has finally shown his capability. Also had a nice catch in the first quarter for about 15 yards. My boy Amon-Ra, he had a quiet day today. Amon-Ra, he had a quiet day Sunday. 2 receptions, 50 yards. I think that's the least amount of receptions he's ever had in a game when he's played the whole game healthy. I believe that is the least amount of receptions he's ever had. I don't think that's the least amount of yards he's ever had while playing healthy. But there's that. I'm going to try to wrap this video up because I just realized I'm over 10 minutes now. But Patterson was good, made a couple field goals. Jalen Reeves-Maybin balled out, by the way. Played really good on special teams. Played more defensive snaps because Alex Anzalone was out against the Saints. And Jalen Reeves-Maybin was able to help massively. Jack Campbell also had a very nice day, I thought. Bruce Irvin, by the way, made his Lions debut. Got a sack in his Lions debut while only playing, guess what, same amount of snaps as Broderick Martin and got a sack. Almost 2. He also had a quarterback hit late in the game. I think it was the 4th quarter on, it was Derek Carr, because Derek Carr got hurt after the hit Bruce Irvin delivered to him, and he had to come out of the game for the rest of the game. If Derek Carr stayed in, I would not have been surprised if the Saints would have won this game, because this was way closer than what it needed to be. But, by the way, Jamal Williams, he got an increased role, and he still sucked. He's been terrible this year. I think he was heading into this game averaging 3 yards a carry on the dot. He had, I believe, 4 attempts for 8 yards or something like that, averaging 2 yards a carry, so that's probably going down to 2.8 for him now on the year. He has no touchdowns, by the way, at all this year, with having 17 last year, so that's crazy, man. But Jared Goff had a nice day as well, 2 touchdowns, not as many passing yards. I think it was around 220. I think he's been averaging around 260, 270 for passing yards this year. It's been pretty good. So a little slower day for Goff on the passing yard side, but he was good. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Did not commit a turnover this game, which that's basically what we need. If we would have committed a turnover, probably would have lost this game. Brian Branch had a very nice pick as well, which got us the 2nd touchdown of the game. Sam Laporta, by the way, he got the game ball from Dan Campbell in the post-game locker room celebration. He deserves it 100%. He had 10 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, a rookie tight end, 10 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. He is looking like already close to a top 5 tight end in the league. He's already in my books top 10. Now, I don't want to overestimate him and now he's going to suck for the rest of the year or something like that. That's obviously not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he is already playing like a top 10 tight end in my opinion. He's close to top 5 already. He's definitely top 10 for me, just not top 5. But if he keeps playing like this and plays like this next year, he could be in the top 5 by the end of next year. Yeah, today, Josh Reynolds had his one catch a game, it feels like at this point, for what was it, an 8-yard catch that sealed us the game. It was our final first down that we got. Goff evaded pressure and was able to complete the pass to Josh Reynolds to end the game. By the way, Colby Sorsdal started at guard. Jonah Jackson was back for this game, and then Frank the Tank got hurt. I believe it was in the 2nd or 3rd quarter, I want to say. So then Colby Sorsdal came in at guard and Glasgow moved to center. Glasgow played amazing again. He needs to be resigned next year, probably for a starting role, honestly, because he's played like it the whole entire year at either center or guard. But Sorsdal struggled again for the 2nd consecutive week. So if obviously we're going to have a player start at guard this week. I'd rather have it be KO'd, even though I love playing my rookies. I'd rather have it be KO'd or Skip. I'm actually really starting to like Skip. I know he hasn't really played much this year, but he is so much better in terms of the swing tackle role, because we used to do the swing tackle role all the time with Matt Nelson. In my opinion, Skipper's way better at that. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of his size, but I don't know. But we're going to wrap this thing up. One pride, go Lions. Massive hit for the Lions today. Hopefully we can recover and Mac returns soon, and hopefully he doesn't have to get placed on IR like we assume, but yeah, man.